Okay, so I'm going to take this as a part two of the how to make a conference flyer artwork. All right, so let's continue. All right. Yeah, so this is where we stopped, and I'm going to continue with the editing of the pictures. So yeah, yep. So like I said, I don't want the orange color on on the hair of my subjects. So we need to take it out like that. Make the same move here. There, like that. And this is cool. All right. Yeah. So this is beautiful. All right. So right now, all right, we have too many of these lights, effect on the background, and I don't think I like it. All right. It's too much. So we need to find a way to reduce it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, all right, and select edit contents. And let's start taking out the lights. It's too much. So let's see if we can quickly fix that. So I'm going to pick this, pick this, and I'm going to hold on Shift F5 and select the OK button like that. And take this out, Shift F5. Okay. Yes. So the same move here, Shift F5. All right. Shift F5. Make the same move here and Shift F5. Like what I always teach you guys, whatever you notice that is not really helping your project, all right, it's always advisable that you take it out. So I'm going to hit Control S to save the background. And if I go back to the project now, you see we don't have the light effect from our background again. And this is looking exactly the way I want it to look. All right. So yeah, this is good. So we've separated our subject from the background. And the other thing I want to do again is I really want to add more depth to the shadows. All right. I really want to add more depth to the shadows. So I'm going to so this is going to be our shadow. So I'm going to select curve here and select the clip icon again, and I'll move this down like that. Okay. Now I'm going to double click on this to activate the blending option here. And if I move this down like that, all right, like I said, I only want this to affect the shadow and not the midtone. So I'm going to hold on Alt and split the slider, and this is going to move right here, and this is going to move here. All right, like that. And I'm going to select the OK button like that. Let's see the before and after. Cool. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Now, so the next thing we're going to do is I've seen this line around, this white line around my subject here. I need to fix that. So I'll go back here, and I'm going to hold on Alt and click on the thumbnail of this character here and select a layer mask. All right, now you see we can still see it. So I'll go to filter and select order and select minimum. Now, before you apply the minimum, please make sure you are on the layer mask of the character, right? So I'm going to select the OK button now, and this is cool. All right, this is cool. The other thing I think I should do here is I'm going to make this a bit bigger. So I'll activate the free transform and make this a bit bigger like that and move this up like that and hit the enter key. Cool. This is beautiful. All right. This is beautiful. So select the brush tool, increase my brush size. I don't want the fog to extend to this side here. So I'm going to switch to black, increase my flow, and then just take it out from here like that. So I'm going to take it out from here, you know, like that. So cool. So cool like that. Then let's add curve again to the project. I'm going to move this down like that and hit Control I to reverse the mask. And then I'm going to apply. I'm going to switch to white. Make sure your foreground is set to white. And I'm going to apply the curve to my project like that. All right. Then we'll make the move here, increase my brush size and turn my flow down and then apply this here like so. Okay. Like that. And for this minister here, I'm thinking of reducing the saturation. All right. Because the color on the face is really, taking more attention. The same thing with this. All right. So I'm going to reduce the saturation like that. Yeah. So this is it. This is it. All right. So what I'm going to do now is to stamp visible the project and take this to camera raw to do the color grading. So I'm going to hold down Control Shift Alt and E to stamp visible. And I'm going to call this camera raw. It should be CR. And I'm going to right click. I'm going to right click and convert this to a smart object. Now go to filter and select camera raw filter here. All right. Then I'm going to zoom out because I like zooming out. Is going to give me the chance to see the effect I'm applying to the project. So I'll go under the basic here and I'm going to reduce I'm going to reduce the contrast like that and increase the highlights like that. And the shadow needs to go down a bit. Then the white also needs to go up. Yeah. Then black needs to go down like that. All right. Because the idea here is to, to add depth to the project. So I'm trying to achieve what's going to give me the opportunity to separate the shadow from the highlights. All right. So my contrast here still need to go, up it because I really want to have more depth on the, the shadow like that. All right. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to add, let's just add this soft, grain to the project like that. Just, let's make it 2 like that. No, 3 is too much. So let's just make it 2. -2, yeah. Then let's go straight to the details. So I'm going to add sharpen to this. All right, I'm going to really cut that sharpen up like that, and I'll go straight to the color mixer. So under my color mixer here, I'm going to go under the orange. I'm going to increase the orange because I really want to have that, that orange color on the face of my, my subject like that. And let's see, what else do we need to do here? Then for the blues, all right, so I'm going to increase the blue. All right, actually it should be the aqueous. All right, so I'm going to increase the aqueous like that. All right, so I'm increasing this because of the color of my background here, my background color, and that's the reason I'm affecting this. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close this for now and I'll go under the color grading, and this part is my favorite part. So on the midtone here, I'm going to move this to where I have orange. Then I'm going to reduce. Man, I'm going to let's make this a bit darker, not too much. All right, and let's see if I move this down to here. This is beautiful. And let's go straight to the shadow. So the shadow, like I said, I wanted to have that, the aqua color. All right. So I'm going to move this to this side like that. And let's see before and after. Let's see the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. So let's see if I move this in. Let's move this. Let's move it down a bit like that. Right. This is good. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to go under effect here and I'm going to add a vignette to this. So the idea of adding the vignette is to make people's focus be on the characters. All right. Then I'm going to select the OK button. Boom. So let's see the before and after. This is the after and this is the before. I like the after. All right. So it's time for us to start adding our texts, all right, to our project here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first up draw a shape. All right. Like I said, I already have what my layout is going to look like. So this is it here. So I'm going to put that somewhere here like that. And I'm going to, sorry, I'm going to copy the conference text. All right. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste that somewhere here. And I'm going to use Bebas. All right. I'm going to use Bebas for this. So I'm going to paste that. I'm going to select that. Then the reason why I'm using Bebas is because, I know I'm going to be adding so many contents. All right. So many information to this side here of my project. So I don't want that place to look too busy. So it's better I use a more narrow type to help the simplicity of that area. All right. So this is going to come right here. And the team, all right, should come. I think that's what I drew on my, yeah. So we have the team and I'm going to paste that here. Or let's just type the team. Let's put team so people know what it means. All right. So I'm going to activate the free transform and reduce this. And this is going to come right here like that. And let's add more tracking to this because I'll make it this smaller. So this is going to be smaller like that. All right. So what next are we adding to this? So we have the venue. So I'm going to copy the venue. Now you see the reason why it's good to have your you draw your layout before you start playing with your computer. It's going to save you time and stress. So I'm going to make this smaller like that. And this is going to come right here. Activate the free transform and make this really small. All right. And let's see, I'm going to use regular. Okay. I'm going to break it. Going to break it. Okay. And I just type venue. So people know this is the venue. Cool. All right. This is cool. All right. So I'm going to move this up a bit. Sorry. This is going to come right here. Okay. Yeah, this is good. So let's type a verb text. So we have E. E VOLVE. So I'm gonna turn this to a lowercase. So let's see if I have a beautiful type for the above text. I'm gonna put this in. I'll make this bigger. This is actually this actually coming here. So I'm going to move this here. No, that's not it. Right. And make this smaller. Okay, so let's look for another script type. All right, this is not really okay. So I'm going to go back to my character option here. I would have loved to use this, but no, it's taking more space. So I'm going to scroll down and let's see if I can get something more friendly. Visibility is very important, guys. Visibility is very, very important. And that's what I'm trying to look for here. So I'll prefer to use this because we can easily see the text. All right. So I'm going to make this real big. And this is going to come right here. And I'm going to hold on Control and click on the thumbnail of the text layer to create a marquee of the text. And I'll select the ellipse shape here and select the layer mask icon and hit Control I to reverse the mask. All right. And let's see if we can add a gold image here. So I'm going to go to my exercise files here and drag this and drop here. And I'm going to make this bigger. And I'll clip this inside this shape here. We can even make this have this. Should we do that? No. So I'll activate the free transform and make this really big like that. All right. And yep. So let's see if I change this to the same color. And let's see if it's going to work. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this and I'm going to hold on Alt and clip this inside this shape here. Yes, I think this is better. All right, this is better. All right. All right. Then let's see if we can add the other image to our projects. Okay, so I want to try something. All right. I Googled this image here. I want to see if I add it to the project and see if it's going to spice the project. So I searched for gold dust and I'm able to get this. So I'm going to change this to screen. All right. And if I make this smaller, it's actually nice, guys. So I'm going to move this here. Right. It's not bad. It's smaller. There. Can make a copy of this and just move this to somewhere here like that. And I'm going to look for another image again, which is light flare. So I'm using Google image here. So I've searched for light flare and there's this particular one I like to use. I think this is it here. Okay, let's use this. So I'm going to drag. Okay, so for those of you that care to see my screen, this is what I'm doing here. All right. So I'm using this particular image here. All right. So I'm going to drag this and put this back here and drag this and drop here and change the blend mode to screen. All right. And this is going to come right here. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Is this okay? Okay. Let's just move this here. So I'll make this bigger, but the color here is different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate hue by hitting Control U on my keyboard here and reduce the saturation like that and hit the OK button. And I'm going to add a layer mask to this, a little brush tool, and make sure you're on the layer mask box here. Reduce my brush size here and turn my flow back to 100. And I'm going to take this out. Now make sure you're on your foreground is set to black. And I'm going to take this out, from here like that. And yeah, like that. All right. Okay. So this is making sense. So I can even make a copy of this and push this down a bit because I already want to have more room here. So I'm going to add a layer mask to this. Select the brush tool and increase my brush size and then take this out like that. All right, to blend it. And for this, okay, I activate the free transform and make this real big like that. All right, we can now move, sorry, we can move this down a bit like that. Yeah, so for this side of my background here, I don't like this effect here. So I'm going to select the brush tool and pick a color from here. And then, yeah, I can take that out, but the applying of the brush is too heavy. So I'm going to turn my flow down and, you know, take this out from here like so. All right, now this is looking more professional. All right, so yeah, so the next thing we're going to do is, let's see what we have now. So we need to add the date and time. So what I'm going to do is I'll go back to where I have it typed here and I'm going to copy it. All right, and I'm going to paste that somewhere here. Okay, and make use of the bold font here and turn this off. And I'm going to reduce, I'm going to turn off, yeah, the tracking like that. Let's see, where else can we place this if we don't want to place it here. So I'm going to move this here, and this should come out here like that. And this can come here. Then I'm going to activate the free transform and make this smaller. All right, can make that smaller. Then I'll copy the time. Then I'll paste that here. All right, and I'll make this smaller. So now we need to reduce this. So we need to take this out. So it should be Friday shirt space. Then sats dots 1 2 1 2. Then Sunday dots. All right. Then that's going to be somewhere here. Then we can make this bigger like that so people know the event time. And for the days, we can now change the color to this. Change the color to this. And change the color to this. Like that. All right. So then we can make this smaller. Okay. Like so. Okay. We can make that smaller. Or better still, we can actually push this to be at the center. All right. We can move it here. It will still work. And we can make it a bit bigger. And it will still work. So this has to be centralized. All right. Like that. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So for this, we can still, reduce the size a bit. All right, to allow more room like that, and move this down and select this, the layer mask, and then let's fade the corners. All right, let's fade the corners just like that. All right, then we can put everything here in a group. All right, we can put it in a group and we can move this down a bit like that and activate the free transform and still, make it a bit bigger. The client is not going to complain, guys. Trust me, it's not going to complain. So this can come right here. All right. So in order to create more separation here, all right, because my venue here is really looking like the continuation of the theme. So I'm going to change the color of the venue to the same color here. Or let's just use this to create that separation like that. And yeah, so the next thing we are now going to do is to add the names of the ministers. So I'm going to copy the very first name here. I always like to make the name dynamic. So I'm going to make the surname of each of the characters bolder than the real name. So I'm going to make this bold. All right. And I'm going to pick this color here. Okay. And activate the free transform and make this really small. And this can come here like that. All right. So I'm going to make the names touch them like that and copy the other names. I'm going to paste this here and make this smaller. And this can come here like that. All right. Osa J4, thank you for liking this. All right. So I'm going to make this come right here and make a copy of this. And this can come right here. All right. Move this down a bit. Then his name is Jesus Song. And I'm going to paste this. I'll copy it. And I'll paste this here. All right. So I want to move this down a bit like that. And for the last person, which is the host, so I'll just copy his name now. And I'm going to paste this here and copy the name again and paste it here like that. All right. And boom. Okay. So this is it. And let's see if there's another thing I can add here to see if I can spice this up a bit. You know what? I don't want to spice it up again. I'm okay with the way it is. And I'm sure the client is going to be very happy with this. All right. Very much sure the client's going to be very happy with this. Okay. I'm going to stop here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please, I will appreciate if you can drop a message on the comment section. And if you have not subscribed, guys, I will appreciate if you can do that. I appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Help other creatives. Share this video with them. Let them also watch and learn from this video. All right. So before I go, let's just boost the colors a bit. I'm going to select hue saturation here, and I'm going to increase the saturation to spice up the colors and make it look beautiful. All right. So thank you once again, and I'll see every one of you in the next one. Peace.